Oh, hello my dear YouTube viewer. It's been a little while. I hope you've been well. I haven't really had a topic that has been inspiring me or motivating me to make a video, and I didn't want to throw something up just to throw something up and waste your time if it wasn't interesting or enlightening. So, but I'm still watching videos, and I was watching, I think, a Sherlock Holmes video, and off to the side they have all, you know, if you've watched videos on YouTube, they have a list of links to other videos, some of them related, some of them not. And I was looking down the side, I saw an unrelated video called An Insult to Our Democracy by House Speaker or House of Representatives leader Eric Cantor, who's a Republican. And in this video, it purports to show a Democrat representative named Jack Murtha, who is since deceased, ignoring reality to push through his preferences. And I don't even know where to begin with this thing. First, so I'll try to just start at the beginning. The first thing that I noticed was the title, An Insult to Our Democracy. Now, the irony here is, although Representative Cantor thinks that that's referring to Jack Murtha, I believe the insult to our democracy is Eric Cantor himself. In order to comment on this video, you have to get his approval. An insult to our democracy. Just to be fair about it, I went and checked on a couple of other channels at random. I checked Representative Emanuel Cleaver from Missouri and Representative Nancy Pelosi from California. Neither one of them are comment sensitive. You don't need approval to comment on their videos. Eric Cantor, on the other hand, feels the need to approve your comment on his video, An Insults to Our Democracy. The irony there. Okay, next. Representative Murtha is taking a tally of the votes, and he asks for all who are in favor to stand up and say yay. You hear it in the video, they say yay, then no, and you hear this loud throng of no's, and he goes, okay, the yays have it. And there's this uproar, and you know, it's supposed to portray how the no's are so much louder and there must be so many more of them. What it got me was, it's quite possible they're just louder, because he says later in the video, the votes will show. When we count them up, it'll show that there were more. He's up there counting them, and he can see, so it shouldn't be, according to the Republicans then, if you're louder, that means you're more entitled. Then they get this guy who's a representative from Wisconsin up there to protest this apparent insult to our democracy, and he's saying, you know, isn't there like a rule where 1/6 of the people, the representatives have to be, and the speaker who's up here apparently being unfair says, no, it's 1/5. So the guy protesting doesn't even get it right. He's like, well, isn't it like 1/6 or something we're supposed to be doing? Unbelievable. Folks, I would suggest that if you care anything about our country, that you get involved just a little bit. I mean, I'm not asking you to go out and campaign, raise funds, or watch C-SPAN, but just a little bit. Do you know who your senators are? Do you know who your congresspeople are? Your congressperson? Just a little bit. Beyond that, if you really want to take up the challenge, I would challenge you to write to your senator and or congressperson, or call their office once in your life, just once on some issue. We have the power, but we are so apathetic. And I understand people are busy. I understand. I'm busy too. We all have busy things and are trying to keep our heads above water. But this is our country, and if it's not being run how you think it should be, and you don't say anything to the people who are at the controls, then you have no real valid basis for complaining. If you do nothing, and a phone call to your congressperson's office. Okay, let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. I read recently, I think on a Yahoo link, where there was some bill being proposed by two opposing congresspeople, Ron Paul and Barney Frank. And I think Barney Frank's like a liberal Democrat, and Ron Paul is a independent or Republican, one of the two. But he leans to the other. But they both co-sponsored a bill to end the federal restriction of marijuana, and this would have left it up to the states to decide whether to criminalize it or. And there were a lot of comments on this article, but a comment on a Yahoo article on the website, what good is that going to do? There should have been 1 million phone calls, because in the article it said Senator Lamar Alexander, who's the head of the Judiciary Committee, was not even going to consider it, so it would die before it really got anywhere. He's a Republican from Tennessee. If they really cared, if people could change that today, they could have called up. There should have been 1 million phone calls by, hey, I want you to consider this bill. If you don't, I'm going to send a fat check to your opponent for the election cycle. I'll bet you there would have been some action, but instead people gripe about it on Yahoo and do nothing. So, if there's any issue that you personally are interested in, I challenge you to just do the minimum. A phone call to your congressperson on any issue that you ever find interested, just once in your life, as a citizen of the United States. Excuse me. So, that's my latest video. Thanks for watching. Peace.